Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. And well, all of this, you already saw this yesterday. Town 14 is coming, we have a ton of new upgrades and all amazing things. But the next sneak peek is going to happen tomorrow with some quality of life changes. But before we're getting there, today I want to answer a couple of questions which might happen yesterday during the video. So first off, we want to try out a couple of things as well. For example, the Yeti Blimp with the clone. That's a thing which a couple of you guys suggested. But before we're jumping into the cloned Yeti Blimp, we want to take a look at a question which I feel like was everywhere, even though I'm not 100% sure why. And the question was, is the poison spell, the death damage basically, of that town hall going to damage loons, for example, or any other troop through the warden ability? And well, the answer is pretty simple. And that's a no. Because the warden is protecting the troops in his warden ability from all damage, which means the poison damage as well. So you can get out of the poison kind of quick again, so Lalo is not dead whatsoever. And as the base build, obviously you can place like tornado traps, other high HP buildings, for example like expos, things like that, next to the town hall to make sure troops are staying a bit longer in that poison. But overall, the poison effect is kind of nice, but I feel like especially more like for ground-based troops, for example like super witches, maybe normal smash and things like that are going to suffer a lot from that, or witches. Let's take a look at why exactly witches or like overall those ranged troops are having a really rough time against that, because, well, the town hall is kind of like a death trap for them, which is not the greatest thing. So first off, let's just place our giants, then place the witches, and everything behind. So the warden is for now following the giants, but that's totally fine. We want to use that warden ability as soon as the poison is coming up. So this means right now all of the witches are protected. You can see they're not taking any damage. But as soon as the warden ability is running out of time, you can see how much damage this poison is actually doing. It's melting those witches. You can see already they have no chance against that. So now I feel like the base meta is going to change anyway, because those kind of off-central town halls, I'm not sure if they're that good anymore, because you want to have use of this poison because it's so incredibly strong. You just saw it, how strong it is. But I hope this answers your question. The warden ability is protecting the troops in his ability from taking damage of the poison, but obviously the slow is not being protected with the warden ability. But now let's get to the next point, which is the, well, I want to call it the Super Yeti Blimp, because even though it's not the Super Yetis, it's still like it's just incredible how much value you can get. So let's take a look first off on a normal Yeti Blimp, so you guys know how much you can take down with a Yeti Blimp. So right there we have the blimp onto the queen, taking her out obviously, and dealing a lot of damage to the surrounding buildings. Now the question is, how much damage can we do to this base if we're cloning the Yetis? Because with the latest change, the clone spell got increased to, like, if you max the clone from 34 to 38, which means you can now clone up to 2 Yetis, and this is obviously giving you a ton of Yeti mites. So first off, let's just put everything in, clone everything. Now you can see already there's already way more value. I feel like I could have dropped the rage a little bit better, so we would have taken down the scatter and the expo maybe as well. Obviously that was on me, but still, like, it's a ton of value, and I feel like this could be a really situational OP blimp coming into the game. But now there's one thing which might be even more surprising. That's the Superminion clone blimp. And now you guys say, like, you're crazy, like that's never ever working. Let's just check it out. Okay, so first off, the Superminions got a huge nerf, obviously, but still, this is how it looks like if you just rage them and do their thing. You already see, like, they're not doing such a great job, to be honest. Like, they're not doing the best job overall. It's not great value. But now let's take a look at how things are happening with the clone spell. So once again, we're sending in the same blimp, but this time with a clone. And the key to this is kind of that you can now clone up to 3 additional super minions, which can deal a lot of damage in a rage. Now we let the loon die. As soon as the loon is dead, we can just use the clone. And the cool thing is with the clone, we can direct those super minions where we want to have them cloned. And take a look at that. Take a look at that value. That was crazy. Really nice value with the cloned super minion blimp. Who would have thought that? And the nice thing about this, you don't care about walls because, well, you don't need to get in a specific compartment because they are ranged anyway. So there's a ton of things which you can try out with this new clone, which I feel like is great. And let's talk a little bit more about the Superminions, because I feel like they are not in a great spot right there. This right now is in the live game, in the game on Tower 13, which all of us can play. And you can see, as soon as you're luring out a clan castle, which is, yeah, having a couple of Superminions in there, you will have a rough time. Yes, obviously we're taking a lot of damage right there, but the rage should be on our queen, on the healers. So, well, now we see with all of the Superminions, a lot of damage, and this is something which a lot of us got, like, a lot of us know kind of a lot, like knowing how this feels with losing your queen to the Superminions. But now the cool thing about the update is, for all of the queen charged hybrid guys out there, well, you don't have to worry about that anymore, because first off, the Town Hall 13 Superminions in the game right now are stronger, having more DPS than the current Superminions on Town Hall 14 with the additional level already. This means the Superminions right now in game have like a DPS of 375 or something, and the new ones have like 350. In addition to that, we have new healer levels who are keeping up our queen easier. So all of this combined is, well, I guess a great thing for all of the queen charge people out there, because queen charges are going to be easier again. And if you're running into like a super mini clan castle, you just don't care. That's great news, I would say. Either way, we have now the next attack, and I already talked so much about, like, yeah, witches are dead, whatever. They're not. They're still pretty strong, and I want to showcase that with like an example. First off, obviously, I want to show this base, or like this attack on this base, which I feel like could be a pretty common legend base right now. So I'm having like the two single Inferno towers to make queen charges a bit harder. We have the center multi-Inferno tower, and then obviously we have just a classic setup, right? So this is pretty common, I would say. But the only thing now is, well, the witches are doing their thing, getting into the base, doing their job, whatever. It's great. The only thing right now is that, well, the single Inferno towers are not doing the greatest job of their life, because they're just getting overpowered by all of those witches. The ice golems in the core are doing a great job of tanking. The queen is slowly making it in there as well. The scatter is being kind of annoying. We're freezing that right away to make sure that we do not lose any more troops. King is in there as well. Tornado trap is a bit annoying. Giant bombs are annoying as well, but still, just freeze that town hall and we should be alright. So this is looking kind of good. So now let's do the exact same attack in just a second, and let's see how good this works if we're going to switch to the new meta. I already said that yesterday. I think the new meta is going to be 4 ground expos, and then in addition to that, 3 multi-Inferno towers. I feel like this might be the strongest setup. Maybe 1 single Inferno tower, maybe 1 air expo, but I feel like overall that's the pretty common approach to bases. 4 ground expos, and then the multi-Inferno tower. So let's check out how this works. You change those Inferno towers to multi. So we have the exact same base. We're doing the exact same lightnings once again. Let's see how the outcome is going to change. Because, well, first off, earthquake so far so great. Everything is fine. By the way, fun fact already, taking out a scatter shot from now on takes 7 lightnings, just so you guys know. 7 lightnings from, like, for Town Hall 14, because the scatter got a new level, which is, well, I mean, not the biggest change, to be honest, because you're getting a new spell in your clan castle, so it's not the end of the world. But still, just take that into account. And then we have now the logs rolling, but we have to freeze this top side Inferno tower, because the bottom side is getting overpowered by Warden ability, by King and everything. But the top side is giving me a huge problem, because the witches just can't get through the multi-Inferno tower. This multi-Inferno tower is so hard to reach for them, so we have to just keep freezing that. And you can see it right now, how much damage this multi-Inferno tower is doing to the witches. So now we have everything walking around the outside, because nothing funneled at the top side. And you can see already, the town hall is really not that easy to reach. Obviously, once again, this is like, well, could have been maybe done better or anything like that as well. But at the same time, I feel like witches are going to be a situational troop, so it's kind of base dependent from now on. You can't just use them on every single base, which a couple of teams have done so far, and which I think is a good thing, because I feel like those spammy type strategies should be base dependent, because otherwise, for being that easy to use, it's, I feel like, not the best thing to have for game balance. So that's a great thing in my opinion. The Giant Bomb is not giving the witches the best day of their life, but that's witches. Now we had another problem with another troop, and that was Inferno Dragons. Inferno Dragons were incredibly powerful on Tower 13. So how does this work on Tower 14? Well, we have already the 3 multi-Inferno towers yet again set up, but this time we're doing, well, King, Queen, Funnel, everything, Slammer on the outside, so everything pretty classic, I would say. Then the Loons, the Inferno Dragons in behind. I have to say I'm not the best Inferno Dragon attacker, so please forgive me if I'm doing something wrong, but this so far as an opening is looking to me pretty good, I would say. Pretty classic, I would say. Now the first skeleton spell, just to make sure that we're taking a couple of those defenses. Poison for the enemy defending clan castle. Now our Inferno Dragons are slowly overtaking that base, slowly but surely. And well, now we have to play some more skeleton traps, making sure that we're tanking that enemy queen, tanking those enemy scatter shots. And well, now we still have the Royal Champion. So this is looking really good, I would say. It was a pretty classic setup of a base. The Town Hall maybe could have been placed a bit better for Town Hall 14, like making sure that there are more buildings surrounding that to make sure that the Town Hall is like, or the poison effect is dealing more damage. But overall, this is not looking too bad. So I would say, once again, for Inferno Dragons, it's kind of the same as for the for the witches. It is really base dependent. Like sometimes it's still working, don't get me wrong, it's still working, but at the same time it's not as overpowering as it seems as on Tower 13, which I think is a good thing. So this is going to be a 3-star in the end, even though it's going to be close, but still it's going to be a 3-star at the end of the day. So I hope you guys, had a couple of answers, a question answered over this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well, and we'll see you guys back tomorrow for the next sneak peek. Make sure to stay tuned. Until then, see ya and bye bye.